I think that the young people, that there are a lot of young people out there that are looking for something that isn't cynical, clearly, and they live in all cultures and they live in all states, and clearly, we've managed to communicate or connect with all cultures. I mean, we've been all over the world now, and I think the word of mouth and the internet has just spread this idea of High School Musical. I don't think I think the connection is not about whether each culture high school is the same. I think there's something inside of the movie that's about heart and about hopefulness and about imagination and about growing and I think also about the community of young people and that connection that they have with each other. And I think those are global ideas. Those are ideas that can transcend culture and cross over lines. We worked to develop a language for the dancing and music in all three movies, but with High School Musical 3, we had the rehearsal of 2 movies. And I have a vast background and a love affair with musical theater. So as we were looking at the script and beginning to imagine how to tell the story, I found that I was pulling, from my life experiences of my love of musical theater, film, and also trying to be very much sort of alive in the moment, and so there's a little bit of the old and a little bit of the new, and hopefully the synergy feels right. I worked with Michael Jackson for many, many years, and I remember Michael would say to me when we would begin a brand new project, he would say, I want to begin bigger than anyone would imagine that we would dare begin, and to be fearless and unafraid that we might not be able to top ourselves, that if we're as big as we can imagine to start, then that's going to challenge us to figure out the rest of the dynamic. And for High School Musical 2, we felt that we wanted to begin where we left off. We wanted to begin at that same high energy and high excitement of the last film, and that is what we wanted to have launch us into the storytelling.
Yeah, and in this movie, in the third one, Mrs. D says the best place to discover yourself is on a stage. What do you think about that?
For me, this was true. For me, this was true. Yeah. Because I had a wonderful director when I was in high school. His name was Ray Doherty, and he actually died this year. But he was able to see my first 2 High School Musicals, and he knows how much my life from my high school was there. When you play other characters, you have and you step out of yourself. Sometimes it helps you have a better view of yourself. And as an actor, growing up, I found that when I would do my best, of course, as a young actor, to sort of uninhabit myself and let the other sort of character come in. And what was kind of fun was then you sort of had a new perspective of yourself. And so I found that being on stage, I found myself asking questions about me. And it was an incredible learning and growing experience. I think it's a beautiful thing. I'm so glad that we found this, and I'm glad that you discovered it as an important part of the story. We're on that line as here we are at the end of the road, the beginning of the whole rest of our lives. And suddenly everything that our lives have been about is like suddenly possibly going to be taken away from us. It's the feeling of the comfort and protection of family and school and friends, and suddenly it's like moving out to a distant college away from everybody. And the question is, how much of this can I take with me? Why do I have to leave it all behind? Why can't the rest of my life feel this good? Why does the rule have to be that I can't take this wonderful feeling with me into the whole rest of my life? And I think that might be an innocent idea, but I think it's a legitimate question.
I think so. Well, thank you.
Yeah, keeping the child inside of us, you know, not letting go of that, and the excitement and fun and enjoyment that we have as young people, letting that spirit stay alive in us, you know, I think is important.